Since the very beginning, Rockstar Games has crafted more than just open worlds. They've built ecosystems, complex layered universes where satire, violence, humor, and realism all collide. But underneath the surface of every bullet-ridden alleyway and sun-drenched freeway, there's always been something more. Something that doesn't quite fit. Something that players stumble upon late at night when the missions are done and the map feels just a little too quiet. Something paranormal. Ooh. To understand what may be coming in Grand Theft Auto 6, we first need to go back to where the paranormal legacy truly began. In Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, a game known for its revolutionary open world, Rockstar quietly planted the seeds. Rumors spread of Bigfoot sightings in the Baco Beyond, a foggy forest that felt intentionally eerie. While no creature was officially confirmed in the original game files, players swore they saw something large, fast, and watching them from the trees. It created one of the earliest and most persistent urban legends in video game history, and Rockstar noticed. Years later, with the release of GTA 5, Rockstar didn't just lean into the mystery, they embraced it fully. Players who climbed Mount Chiliad discovered a strange mural at the summit, a jetpack, an alien, and an egg. It looked like a joke, maybe a reference, but then things got weirder. Complete the game 100% and UFOs would appear in the skies, sometimes silently floating, sometimes emitting a loud humming sound. One could be seen over Fort Zancudo, another above the peak of Chiliad during a storm. It didn't end there. At precisely 11 p.m. until midnight in game time, the ghost of Yolene Cranley Evans, murdered by her husband, Jock Cranley, would appear on Mount Gordo. She didn't move, she didn't speak, but she was there, etched into the cliff face like a warning. Look away and she vanished. Look closer and the word Jock was written in blood beneath her. Rockstar created not just an Easter egg but a ghost story, and like any good ghost story, it had lore, timing, and consequences. But the real shift came with Red Dead Redemption 2. Unlike GTA, which always kept one foot in satire, Red Dead Redemption 2 went deep into realism, and that's precisely what made paranormal moments so effective. In the swamps of Lemoyne, players encountered the night folk, mute, pale humanoid figures that attacked in silence. Their presence was signaled by corpses hanging in trees, flickering lanterns, and a sickening quiet. Explore the wilderness further and you'll find a pagan ritual site in the woods, complete with blood circles and skeletons. In the snowy north, a frozen giant lay dead in a cave, and if you knew where to look, and you were there at the right time, you could see a ghostly woman haunting the Blue Water Marsh, weeping over a past long gone. Red Dead Redemption 2 didn't just include paranormal elements, it buried them so deep in the game world that players had to become detectives just to find them. The stories weren't handed out, they had to be earned, and that's what made them powerful. Now, all eyes are on Grand Theft Auto 6, and the question that lingers in the air is simple. Will Rockstar do it again, or will they go further than ever before? Here's what we might expect. GTA 6 is reportedly set in modern-day version of Vice City, a reimagined Miami. But unlike Los Santos, Vice City isn't just known for neon lights and palm trees. It's a city steeped in legend, urban myth, and real-life occult history. Florida, after all, is one of America's most superstitious states. Haunted hotels, Bermuda Triangle stories, ritualistic crimes, and the Everglades? More than just gators lurk in the fog. If Rockstar leans into the regional folklore, the paranormal potential is nearly limitless. We could see haunted swamps filled with ghost sightings, much like the night folk in Red Dead. We could explore abandoned mansions that hold secrets of past crimes, complete with creaking doors, flickering lights, and whispers in the dark. Perhaps the spirit of a cartel boss who never left his mansion, or a shipwrecked ghost crew inspired by nautical myths. And then there are the skies. GTA 5 gave us UFOs, but GTA 6 could expand on that with abduction sequences, Men in Black styled government chases, or underground alien cult hiding in the city. Imagine completing a specific chain of side missions only to unlock a hidden military base buried in the Everglades where experiments are being done on extraterrestrial beings. We could see cryptids too. Florida has its own version of a Bigfoot known as the skunk ape. We might find blurry photos, broken trees, strange howls at night, a new mystery to obsess over. But it's not just about what could happen in the single player story. With GTA Online set to evolve into its own persistent ecosystem, the potential for paranormal live events is even greater. Rockstar could introduce limited time encounters, say a Blood Moon event where ghost cars appear on the highway, or an online cult that begins recruiting players into a ritualistic storyline. Maybe a hidden server that players can access only by decoding a series of clues, leading them into the game's deepest, darkest secrets. Imagine a multiplayer mission where a team of players must descend into a forgotten subway system haunted by an unsolved mystery, or a rotating map event like a thunderstorm that brings out spirits in specific neighborhoods, visible only under certain weather conditions. These events wouldn't just be content, they'd be experiences, and they'd spread like wildfire online, reigniting the sense of wonder and conspiracy that made the Mount Chiliad mystery so enduring. In the end, Rockstar knows exactly what they're doing. They've always understood that the greatest mysteries aren't the ones that are explained, they're the ones that live in whispers, in shadows, in rumors shared by players who can't quite agree on what they saw. And that's the beauty of it. Grand Theft Auto 6 doesn't need to confirm the paranormal, it just needs to suggest it. And once again, we'll be watching the skies, we'll be searching the woods, we'll be chasing ghosts, because in a Rockstar game, the truth is never obvious, it's hidden, waiting to be found. They say truth is stranger than fiction, but in Florida it's hard to tell the difference. As Rockstar's next sandbox edges closer to release, one thing becomes clear. The setting of GTA 6, Vice City, and its surrounding countryside is a goldmine for the supernatural, not just because of what Rockstar might invent, but because of the true stories already buried in the state's folklore. Let's start with the swamps. The Florida Everglades stretch endlessly, remote, isolated, lush with moss-covered trees and endless fog. It's the perfect setting for a horror story, and locals have plenty of them. The most famous, the skunk ape, a foul-smelling ape-like creature said to roam the wetlands. Some say it's Florida's Bigfoot, others say it's something far worse. If Rockstar adapts this legend, we could see players catching glimpses of a shadowy figure just beyond the trees, hear grunts and snapping branches at night, and maybe, if you look long enough, see two red eyes staring back through the fog. And what about the Bermuda Triangle? Just off the coast of Miami, hundreds of ships and planes have supposedly vanished in what conspiracy theorists call a vortex. While real science may explain it away, Rockstar isn't bound by science. What if in GTA 6 there's a part of the ocean you can't reach by boat, unless it's during a certain storm, and once you enter, radios glitch, controls flicker, the sea turns black, and then nothing. Or maybe everything. We could even see time distortions. Think of Red Dead 2's Ghost Train, but now imagine a 1950s airliner flying overhead, lights flickering and then crashing in the swamps, only to vanish when you get close. And if you return later, you find luggage, IDs, bodies, but no plane. Vice City also has a dark urban history. In real life, Miami has been tied to Santeria voodoo practices and unsolved disappearances. Rockstar has always played with taboo, and GTA 6 could easily include underground cults operating in plain sight, wealthy elites gathering in secret, holding rituals in mansions that overlook the neon skyline. What if a string of missing NPCs leads you to a gated compound where nothing is what it seems? Strange chanting, symbols on the floor, rooms that change when you revisit them. This could all be embedded in the story mode, but the real innovation might happen in GTA Online. Imagine seasonal paranormal events similar to how Fortnite changes its map, but with Rockstar's eerie subtlety. A rotating full moon could trigger supernatural encounters, haunted cars that drive themselves, serial killer copycats who stalk players at night, even ghost NPCs that appear in certain locations and disappear when approached. The community would eat this up, streamers, Reddit theorists, and YouTube detectives all chasing the next clue. Rockstar could add missions that seem normal, deliveries, escorts, break-ins, but they slowly unravel into something else. A delivery to an abandoned hotel reveals blood on the walls and TVs that won't turn off. An NPC you're supposed to kill is already dead but standing up, still talking. And then there are in-game radio stations, one of Rockstar's favorite tools for narrative world building. Imagine tuning into a new station that plays distorted broadcasts, numbers, stations, reversed voices, recordings from missing persons, a secret code hidden in the static, just like the original Chiliad mystery, but now it's woven into the entire soundscape of the game. GTA Online could even feature a cult faction, similar to that of the Epsilon program in GTA 5, but darker, more fragmented. Players could join it, or infiltrate it, maybe even unlock an alternate mission path or cosmetic items by pledging allegiance to something not quite human. And this is where Rockstar thrives, when it lets the players do the work, because the best paranormal stories aren't spelled out, they're scattered, obscured, half confirmed through radio chatter, cryptic graffiti, or the flicker of something in the corner of your screen. Rockstar doesn't want to tell us the truth, they want us to find it, piece by piece, late at night, in the rain, when you're alone in the woods and your controller starts to vibrate for no reason. That's the power of the paranormal in GTA. It's not just about jump scares or spooky textures, it's about the unknown, the unexplained. It's about asking yourself, did I really see that? And then spending hours trying to prove that you did. The game isn't even out yet, but the hunt has already begun. Ever since Rockstar released the first trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6, eagle-eyed fans have been picking it apart frame by frame, and what they're finding isn't just hype, it's fuel. Fuel for a new wave of speculation. Some of it's grounded, some of it's wild, all of it's intoxicating. And now that trailer 2 is out, we're doing even more picking apart. There's the woman standing perfectly still in a hotel window. There's the flickering lights in the swamp area. There's the brief shot of an alleyway wall tagged with symbols no one can identify. And of course, there's the gator. Some say it's just Florida, others say it's something else. And then there are the leaked maps. Whether real or fabricated, they tell a story. A massive landmass with swamp zones, small offshore islands, underwater cave systems, and an entire inland region marked by nothing but forests. Places where Rockstar could hide anything. Players are already tracing possible ley lines, triangulating coordinates from billboard placement, and compiling lists of oddities that appear across just a few seconds of teaser footage. Why? Because Rockstar trained them to. The chilly atmosphere, the ghost of Mount Gordo, the UFOs at 3 a.m., the Infinite 8 killer. They were never just Easter eggs, they were invitations. And now players are walking through the door again, this time in a whole new state. YouTube channels have launched entire series predicting what monsters, spirits, or alien factions could appear in GTA 6. Reddit threads are filled with comparisons between real Florida legends and what we've already seen in the trailers. Discord servers have dedicated channels to hunting paranormal clues in every single leaked or teased frame of the game. The expectation is already set, and Rockstar knows it. They don't need to say a word, because this time the players are doing the work for them, drawing maps, connecting dots, and feeding the fire of something that might not even exist until it does. That's the genius of it all. Rockstar doesn't announce the paranormal, they imply it. They let it seep through the cracks, through broken radios, strange NPCs, unnatural weather patterns, or graffiti that changes between sessions. And in doing so, they don't just create games, they create folklore. The ghost stories of San Andreas, the cult of Los Santos, the alien myths of Blaine County. They weren't written in cutscenes, they were written by players. And now Vice City is next. When GTA 6 finally launches, it won't just be about the bank heists, fast cars, and criminal empires. It'll also be about the dark back roads with no streetlights. It'll be about the sound of whispers when you enter the woods alone. It'll be about the shape in the fog or the silhouette in the distance that's gone the second you aim at it. Because in a world as detailed as Rockstar's, the scariest things are the ones they never explain, the ones they never confirm, the ones that live in the spaces between what's real and what might be. So when the game drops, go ahead and play it how you want. But when the night falls in Vice City, turn off the minimap, put away the guns, and just drive. Somewhere quiet, somewhere dark, somewhere no one else has posted about yet. Because that's where it'll happen. That's where the stories begin. And who knows, maybe this time you'll be the first to see it. The paranormal isn't just possible in Grand Theft Auto 6, it's inevitable. You just have to believe it. Ooh.